Welcome back to the Lil Will Learning Company YouTube channel. And today we're going to be looking at word problems. And word problems have always been really difficult for certain students to do. And it's what are they asking me to figure out here? What order should I write down the information? And well, actually, the first one, what exactly are they asking me even? And so we're going to be looking at a particular type of problem. It's a strategy that is widely used when solving word problems, which is just draw it out. Draw out what they're describing to you. And so we're going to look at that particular type of strategy today with just one particular problem. Let's take a look. So let's look at this particular problem. A city is designing a new rectangular park. The park will be 50 yards long and 30 yards wide. Let's go ahead and just kind of put that on the problem here. It's going to be 50 yards long. A second. Okay, 50 yards long, 30 yards wide. Okay. A tree will be planted every 10 yards around the entire perimeter of the park, including a tree in every corner. How many trees will be needed in total? First, let me show a common mistake. So, if this is 50 yards across this way, some students might say, well, that means you can plant 5 trees. That's not really true, though. So the first mistake would be thinking that, well, okay, I plant a tree and, well, it's every 10 yards. So 50 divided by 10, it's 5. I can plant 5 trees. Well, the first tree you plant, though, there's no distance involved. So I plant this tree here. 10 more yards, I plant another tree. 10 more yards, I plant another tree. That's 20 yards so far. 10 more yards, I plant another tree. That's 30 yards. 10 more yards, I plant another tree. That's 40 yards. 10, 20, 30, 40. Now I plant another tree. Now that's 50 yards. So actually along the side, you can actually plant 6 trees. So that's the first mistake, is assuming you can only plant 5. And it's the same thing on this side here as well. I can plant basically 6 trees as well. So it's a similar mistake that students can make on the side with 30 yards. They go, okay, well, I have 30 yards. I can plant a tree every 10 yards. So 30 divided by that 10, I can plant 3 trees. Here, let's just plant a tree right here. 10 more yards, I plant a second tree. 10 more yards, I plant a third tree. But so far, I've only taken up 10 yards, 20 yards. I have 30 yards to work with. So I technically can plant a 4th tree. And the same can happen on this side as well. And so when you look at all these, let's say I got 6 here, plus 6 more here, plus 4 here, plus 4 here, and that ends up equaling 20 total trees. However, that's the wrong answer, and I'll show you why in just a moment. So here's the mistake we made here's the same problem before. Let me show you now the actual mistake that we made. So once again, it's going to be 50 yards this way. Yeah, give me a second here. 50 yards across here, 50 yards across here, 30 yards across here, and 30 yards across here. And what we also established before, even though we made a mistake, was that even though it's 50 yards across, you can plant 6 trees because that first tree is not taking up any distance or any space. But the mistake we made was this particular part of the problem you have to read carefully. There is a tree in every corner. So we have to put a tree in this corner, and these 2 last corners here. Every corner has a tree. So now let's take this length here. We know that there's going to be a tree every 10 yards. So this is the first tree, 10 more yards. Here's the second tree. 10 more yards. Here's the third tree. So far we've done 10 yards, 20 yards. 10 more yards, and you get the 4th tree. So 10, 20, 30, 10 more yards, 40 yards, and then 10 more between these, 50 yards. And there's our 6 trees, each spaced 10 yards apart from each other. We'll do the same down here. So let's do the sides that are 30 yards wide. But we already have two trees in the corners here. These corner trees are shared between the sides of the perimeter. So here's our first tree, 10 more yards. We get our second tree, 10 more yards. We get our third tree, and then 10 more yards this way. 10 yards, 20 yards, 30 yards. So just like in the previous problem, there are 4 trees on this side, but these corner trees are shared. So now there's not really 20 total trees. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There are 16 total trees. So that's a very common mistake when drawing these problems out, especially something along that involves looking at the perimeter of something. Sometimes there is a shared object in the corners here. So good problem to look at. I hope that demonstration helped and cleared up some questions about how to solve those problems, especially just how to use the strategy of drawing the picture out of the problem. And if any of you need any more assistance, we offer tutoring, personalized curriculum, and we even have a whole book to help you with this called Direct Approach to Math Word Problems. So thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.